A very small percentage. And the reason for that is people consume content on their favorite platforms and they consume content in the way they want to consume it. And every platform has their own audience. It's not the same people across every audience. So I'm very much still YouTube centric because that's where I built up the following. And the reason I have that following is because that audience loves YouTube and they love consuming content in that way. Everything else has been a bit slower, but still better off than if I didn't do it at all, you know? So I put most of my, we talked about like time and everything, most of my efforts go into creating videos for YouTube. And I'm very self-aware about that. So when I put out music, like I literally just took a bunch of these beats that I made and put out like an 8-track like beat tape. And I'm going to be able to drive some of my audience, like especially the people in my Facebook community. Like my Facebook community has 300 to 400 people in it. So out of like 57,000 subscribers, 300 to 400 of those people said, I like you so much, I'm going to get approved to join this group. And I'm totally fine with that. I would love every platform to be, you know, at a higher level. But you have to be like aware that I know that I'm putting most of my effort into creating content for YouTube. So I can't be mad if my Instagram isn't growing as fast, if my Facebook group isn't growing as fast, you know, if I'm not getting as many plays on Spotify. If I wanted to do that, I would just go heavier on those things, but then I would have to kind of, time is fungible, but you can only like give so much time to YouTube, to Instagram, to really going hard in the different platforms. So everybody in this room has an opinion, and I assume most, if not all the people in this room are a creative person. So you create some type of art, or you're getting into creating some type of art, and it's the difference. So I follow a person named Gary Vaynerchuk who runs like a media company, and he talks a lot about like content. And the thing that he always says is document, don't create. So if you literally like, if you don't know how to play the guitar and you're going to learn how to play the guitar, you know, it'd be super interesting if I was also still learning the guitar, watching you talk about how you just went to your first guitar lesson and this was hard and this was hard and this was hard. And suddenly I feel less alone and I feel connected to you because we're feeling the same things. So like that can be applied to a bunch of different things. Like literally just documenting your process or what you're doing. Where a lot of people also get caught up is like trying to be the expert in something, and that's not what it's really about. Like I don't think I'm the expert on any of these things. I'm literally just telling people my opinions. Maybe I have a little bit more like education and a little bit more experience than some, but I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not saying this is the way to do this. This is how definitively you do X, Y, and Z. I'm saying this is how I do it. So you can do that with anything. Like, hey, I'm learning how to use Ableton, and this is how I'm going to make an 808, or this is how I'm going to do whatever. This is how I'm making my first track. Like, I'm sure I could search that up and type in, like, making my first track in Ableton Live. Some tutorials might come up, but then you might also find someone that is literally making their first track in Ableton Live, and that provides some value and some sense of connection for people. Yeah, I just literally post now when it says it's most popular. When I can, I post at the highest traffic time all the time, and I get more engagement. And I'm cringing right now because I uploaded a video at 12, and I have an Instagram post to go with it, but it's 12:26. So as soon as we're out of here, I'm going to post on Instagram. But that's okay because basically it's like 12, 1, 2, and 3 are even-ish. So I like as long as I post between 12 and 3. But what's really cool is like you would think that would be universal, right? But I know somebody who is a model, and she posts, and I looked at, and she has way more followers on Instagram. Like Instagram's her main platform, and her analytics look totally different. Like I thought it would be relatively the same. Oh, people use Instagram, they use it the same way. No, like my audience is around at like between 12 and 3. Her time to post, we call it post o'clock, is like 3 to 5, like her most popular time. So it's really is unique to the individual creator. It can be hard. Like I guess what I just needed to get over was like, yeah, I'm a musician and yeah, I want people to listen to my music, but like we live in like the best digital age. Like we live in probably the best time to be a musician because it's so accessible to go out and make music or to go and learn how to make music. But the challenge in that is that everybody has access to the same tools and same everything. So how do you rise above that? Like it's not enough to just be DJ whatever on SoundCloud. Like it's not enough to be that anymore unless you basically hit the lottery and you get a song and you get like a dope singer on it and it gets picked up by a radio station or it gets picked up by a label or unless you hit so I don't want to, if I'm looking at this as a business and I want it to be my means of income and my livelihood as a musician, you have to look at it like a business. You can't just play it like it's the lottery. 343 Labs is an electronic music school and community in downtown Manhattan. We offer courses for all levels of learning electronic music production, with course topics including Ableton Live, Logic, synthesis for music producers, songwriting and music theory, and more. To learn more about 343 Labs, head to 343labs.com. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more tutorials with our instructors, masterclasses, and content from our electronic music community.